Hello, my name is Justin Adams, and welcome to Jester. I saw it. Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice. Yeah.
Is it really surprising that the most powerful man in the world should be a figure of controversy?
We, as a population on this planet, have been looking for a savior.
We're talking about a being whose very existence
They are not telling us the truth.
challenges our own sense of priority in the universe.
Human beings have a horrible track record of
Tragedy.
following people of great
Power
power.
corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Chaos.
Maybe he's just a guy trying to do the right
We
thing.
know better now, don't we? Devils don't come from hell beneath us.
They brought their war here.
No, they come from the sky.
The world has been so caught up with what he can do that no one has asked what he should do.
That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel.
Let's start things off. First things first, it's not a bad film. It's really not. It's not a bad movie at all. It's far from bad. It has its problems. It's nothing special. Like, the major problem with it is that it has no meat. It's all bone and no meat. The best part about it is Ben Affleck. He's the best, the best part about the movie. Like, I don't think that he's ever heard that before, that Ben Affleck is the best part of a movie. I love Ben Affleck, but I just really don't think that he's heard that. But he is. He really stands out compared to Henry Cavill and, what was the girl's name? Gal Gadot and Jesse Eisenberg. I'll get to him. Ben Affleck, let's talk about him for a second. He is literally the best looking Batman I have ever seen. The best looking Bruce Wayne I have ever seen. He is Batman, you know? Like, I love Michael Keaton's Batman. And I also, I like Christian Bale's Batman. I don't really love him.
There won't be any fireworks.
And I even don't mind Val Kilmer's. I think that he did a okay job. George Clooney, you're an exception. But number one thing about the Batmans is that they don't really feel comfortable in it, you know? Like, even the Christian Bale one, like, you can feel some kind of stiffness with him. Because probably the costume is kind of hard to interact with and stuff. Now, the thing with Ben Affleck's Batman is that he looks so comfortable in this suit. He looks like Batman. It makes me excited, just seeing him as Batman. It makes me excited for a solo Batman movie, which he has confirmed. And I hope that he is directing, because that would be very interesting. Henry Cavill, he's good. Just like in Man of Steel, I don't have a problem with him. But compared to Ben Affleck, he lacks charisma. You know, again, I feel like Ben Affleck has never heard these things, but he does. Like, when they were acting with each other, Ben Affleck, like, he shines over Henry Cavill, because you can see that Henry Cavill isn't really the best of actors. He lacks it, man. He just compared to Batflack, he's nothing. I just want to say something. Zack Snyder has ruined Superman for me. And I don't want to say that, because Zack Snyder seems like he's a good guy. He really does. He seems like he's passionate about comic books. He seems like he's passionate about what he does, and he wants to actually make a good movie. He's not just going out there just to cash in a check. He's actually trying to make something. But his Superman is so boring, and he's just so selfish as a character. He's so selfish. How he puts his decisions before anyone else's, how he puts his life before anyone's, is kind of really, really jarring of how selfish the Superman actually is. Now, yeah, he does save people, but he I don't know, there's just something about him that's just very selfish and very arrogant, and I don't enjoy watching him, and that's very, very hard compared to the Christopher Reeve, which there was joy with it. There's no joy with this Superman. Now, with the Batman, there doesn't really need to be joy, but there's more joy in Ben Affleck's Batman than Henry Cavill's Superman. Now let's get to one of the worst parts.
Black and blue. Fight night.
So, like, one of the big... This is distracting.
God versus man. Day versus night.
This is very, very unnecessary.
Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
This is a hardcore case of miscasting. Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor, man. I really didn't like him. You know, I don't hate this movie. I don't even hate Jesse Eisenberg in this. I just really, really dislike him in this. I do not think that Jesse Eisenberg fits in a comic book world. He even admitted that he has never read a comic book. He doesn't read comic books, and you can tell by his performance, because he's not giving a performance as if he's supposed to be in a superhero blockbuster movie. He's giving a performance as if he's supposed to be in some kind of Academy Award nominated film, and it's like, dude, you're giving the wrong performance in the wrong movie. Throughout the movie, he keeps doing this, and it is fucking annoying, man. It gets so on my nerve. It gets in my skin. I just don't want him to ever be Lex Luthor again. Ever again. I don't want to see Lex Luthor ever again if he is being Lex Luthor ever again. Ever again. Now let's go back to the positives, doing a little weird stuff like I did with Man of Steel. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, amazing. But underused. She did not need to be in the trailers. She did not need to be in the posters. She was just bait to get the audience there to think that she was like an actual character, and she's not an actual character in this movie. She's just there. It would have been so effective if we didn't see her reveal in the trailer. Like, the way that we see her in the trailer, that's how you see Wonder Woman, and it's like, this would have been a lot more effective if we didn't know who this girl was, and then we just found out by the end, this is Wonder Woman. This is awesome. But no, like, that's no element of surprise at all. They took that chance away from us to actually enjoy, like, fully enjoy her performance. Like, her big reveal was spoiled along with Doomsday, which brings me to Doomsday. It was just too much, man. Like, I really felt like he could have been in like a sequel or something. Like, they could have set that up for another movie, because it just, there was too much stuff going on to the point where, okay, now we have to throw in Doomsday. And especially since, like, my buddy is a good example, because he turned to me and he was like, we're like an hour, 15 minutes into this movie and we still haven't seen Doomsday. What's going on? And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, they really didn't need to show us that Doomsday was going to be in this movie. Again, it would have been so surprising to see, oh, this is Doomsday, instead of being like, Doomsday, I know what Doomsday was originally from. Is that going to happen? What? Amy Adams. Now let's talk about Amy Adams again. Just like I said about the Man of Steel, I don't buy her as Lois Lane. Like, while she was not really, I didn't like her in Man of Steel, her character was kind of needed. You know, we needed a Lois Lane in Man of Steel because it was the Superman origin story. In this movie, we did not need Lois Lane. She could have been a minor character, just a little smidge, but no, they like put, she has more screen time than the better female performance by the girl that played Wonder Woman. I'm never gonna remember her name. Yeah, she was 100% useless in this movie. Like, everything, she needs Superman. She's one of those characters that needs a man in order to do anything. Like, if she falls, she's like, oh, I'm so useless, and Superman has to stop what he's doing and he has to go save her. One of the most annoying parts of this movie is when Superman drops what he's doing just to save Lois. It's like, save yourself, bitch. Lawrence Fishburne, he was actually really good in this movie. I liked how he was kind of like the comic relief in a way. He like gave the most. Whenever there was super gloominess, they would throw in Lawrence Fishburne, and then I would get a little chuckle. Overall, this movie is a major improvement from Man of Steel. The opening of this movie is really, really great. We see Affleck, we see Bruce Wayne in Metropolis as the ending of Man of Steel is going on. So we see him react to the destruction around him, and it's good because of the response that they got last time with the destruction, which I added in my last review. It is distracting. I don't like seeing that, and I liked how in the beginning we saw the people. I said this in my last review, and pretty ironically, that I would like to see the people side of this, and we did with this. We saw Ben Affleck try to run around and save these people as they like literally die right in front of him, and I thought that was very effective, and I liked that. Like, they're not just cashing a check, they're actually doing their homework, they're seeing what the audience wanted, and they did something about it. But overall, guys, this movie is really a mess. Too many characters, too much story, too much plot. It was just too much is going on in this movie. It gives me a headache. I have a huge headache right now because of it. Not only is Lex Luthor really annoying in it, but Superman is aggravating, and Batman is so good that you just want the entire movie to be about him. Again, I don't hate it as much as the critics do, clearly. 30%. Really, guys? Why that low? I don't think that it's that bad. But it does have major problems, man. And it falls under the lines of Lex Luthor and Lois Lane, dude. Like, it's just stuff that we don't in Doomsday. It's just too much stuff that we don't need. It just falls under the same line. Zack Snyder doesn't know how to cut things. He keeps things in there, like, which I'm not going to say because it's a spoiler. I will do a spoiler review of this movie, but I have to see the movie again in order to really go full out. Alright, guys, that's what I think about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. What do you guys think about it? Tell me in the comment section what you guys think, and please hit that like button, subscribe, like, blah, blah, blah. Yes!